أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين في جميع الأمور الحمد لله الذي يؤتي الحكمة من يشاء ومن يؤت الحكمة فقد أوتي خيرا كثيرا وما يذكر إلا أولو الألباب وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين ودعاتهم المطلقين الذين أوتوا الحكمة وفصل الخطاب. Mu'mineen, mu'minat, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May you be among those who listen to words of wisdom and counsel and walk on the straight path, and because of this, may you attain paradise. May Allah Ta'ala protect mu'mineen, mu'minat, and protect all the people of the world in this time of hardship. Somebody posed this question: what is the objective of our wisdom seminars, Majalis al Hikma? What is the reason for doing bayans in this manner at this time and broadcasting it to the people? What is the reason for delivering Majalis al Hikma in 3 languages? Dawat ni Zaban, Lisaan-al-Dawat, in Arabic, in English. Half of learning is asking good questions. Husnul su'al nisful ilm. The question is a valid question, a good question. With Allah Ta'ala's aid and with the flowing grace of His Wali Imam Zaman, I shall answer this question. Allah Subhanahu says in the Quran to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Ud'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmati wal maw'izati al hasana. Call to the path of your Lord with wisdom and good counsel. He also says to his prophet, truly you are a prophet, and each group of people in every age shall have a guide. In every age there is one individual who raises the high banner of right guidance and true knowledge. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave guidance. After him the Imams gave guidance. And in the Imams' concealment, their da'is called to the Allah's da'wat with wisdom and knowledge, taking barakat from the wise bayans of our pure mawali. As Imam Zaman's servant and da'i, Tahir Fakhruddin, it is my duty to give guidance, to disseminate, to broadcast the true knowledge of our mawali. The question is, why now and why in this manner? We do so now and in this manner, seeing the conditions of this present time. Everywhere you look, there is a pandemic of disbelief, just like the current pandemic which is causing so much harm to so many millions of people. I always pray, may the coronavirus disease end very soon and may God protect all people from its damage. The virus, its harm is physical on bodies, but the words of heretical innovation, words of misguidance and fallacy, they are also a virus. The Quran warns against shouting truth with falsehood, saying, confound not truth with falsehood, nor knowingly conceal the truth. In this present time, atheists and agnostics are drawing people away from religion. And on the other side, many religious leaders say and do irrational and immoral things, driving people away from religion. Combined effect is strongly negative. The tide of materialism is sweeping people away. They have bothered, focus only on the worldly gain. Religion has become a stranger. So many people have stopped believing. Materialism is killing souls. This is even more dangerous than the physical virus, because everybody dies. But don't let your soul die. And one should be especially conscious at this point in raising one's children. Young minds are more influenced. If the weather is frigid, you wear warm clothes, otherwise the cold destroys the body. Similarly, winds of agnosticism, materialism, as I described, are turning people away from religion. One should take care of their children, teach them our dawat knowledge, inculcate the right values, good moral values. Instill in them your commitment to Islam and conviction for Iman. The age has been called the information age. But what is true and false? What is sound and faulty? How does one recognize that? It is becoming more and more difficult for people to differentiate. That is why it is incumbent upon me. It is my duty as Imam Zaman, servant and da'i, to disseminate the Imam's true wisdom and knowledge. Syedna Qazi Nu'man, Ridwanullahi alayhi, explains why he wrote Kitab Da'im al-Islam. Earlier knowledge had been narrated from mouth to ear, from famin ila uzun. It was spoken. The Fatemi Da'is later transcribed this knowledge in books that were disseminated and taught widely. Syedna Qazi Nu'man writes in Kitab al-Da'im in the introduction that Rasulullah said, when heretical innovations spread in my community, the learned person must, he says must, not maybe, must impart his knowledge. If he does not do so, God will punish him. Imam Ahmadul Mastur, Salawatullah alayhi, wrote the Rasail Ikhwanus Safa in a time when there was concerted effort in some quarters of the world to turn people away from Islam. Imam Ahmad's da'is placed copies of the Rasail across the masajids in that realm. This action thwarted the wicked aims of those who sought to discredit Islam. Similarly, many da'is of the Fatemi Imams performed this service for the Imam and his da'wat. I already mentioned Syedna Qazi Nu'man, Syedna Muayyad al-Shirazi read out to the Imam's followers wisdom seminars of amazing depth and eloquence. His barakat has reached the da'is of Tayyib Imam, whose high station, like those for whom the Quran says, we gave him wisdom and decisive judgment. Those are the du'ats of Imam. After Tayyib Imam's concealment, his da'is too composed many kitabs. They presented many proofs for people inside and outside the community. Sayyidina Ali bin Muhammad in Yemen wrote Kitab Damighul Batil in refutation of Ghazali's polemical attack in the Fada'i al-Batiniyya. Syedna Ali bin Muhammad also wrote Tajul Aqaid, another kitab, in which he explained the principles of our doctrine to protect the da'wat, because otherwise many far-fetched things were being wrongly attributed to the da'wat, to the beliefs. The Tayyibi Da'is also wrote kitabs in which they transcribed the highest truths of haqiqat. They did so to establish in existential terms that the Imam is present today on this earth and that Allah's ordainment requires that he must be present. They gave proof. If one sits and learns these kitabs, he will understand the truth. Sayyidna Tahir Saifuddin wrote Risala Ramadaniya. Each Ramadan he wrote a Risala, established with convincing proofs that the chain of Nas has always existed. Unbroken sequence of the predecessor Imams and Da'i's appointment of his successor will always continue. The Rasail were printed, published by Sayyidna Tahir Saifuddin on his directions. They were also gifted to people outside the community. Today some of these Risalats are also in the British Library in the United Kingdom. Sayyidina Burhanuddin's Wa'az sermons were relayed through the world, broadcasted. His barakat reached many people who lived far and wide. Syedna Khuzaima Qutbuddin's bayaan were distributed online. Mu'mineen took barakat via the internet. Our Mawali have propagated knowledge and guidance in every age, in accordance with the conditions and requirements of the age. I am the servant of Ali Muhammad, successor of the Da'is, heir to their knowledge, following in the footsteps of our Mawali al-Thar. I expound these Majalis al Hikma for you in this present time. One of our Imams said that Adam Nabi brought knowledge to the earth. The prophets inherited that knowledge. That knowledge is with Nabi Muhammad and his descendants, the Imams. Today, when the Imam is in seclusion, the keys to that treasury of knowledge are in the keeping of his Da'i. It is the Da'i who knows the meaning of what is written in the Kitabs. It is the Da'i who explains the true beliefs. Today your Da'i is Tahir Fakhruddin. He is the keeper of Imam's knowledge. I have taken barakat of this knowledge from Syedna Burhanuddin, the 52nd Da'i, and my Mufid, my father, 53rd Da'i, Syedna Qutbuddin, ingrained in my heart the true doctrines of the Imam's knowledge. And he performed nas on me, raised me to the high rank of Da'i. I always offer thanks to both Mawla, Syedna Burhanuddin, Syedna Qutbuddin, for their immense blessings, for bestowing me the legacy of this true knowledge. Amir Mu'mineen said, knowledge is a noble legacy. The most important thing you can possess is knowledge, the true knowledge. Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran, وَكَانَ عَرْشُهُ عَلَى الْمَاءِ. God's throne rests on water. Water meaning knowledge. God's throne, his da'wat, rests on knowledge. It is related in our kitabs that the foremost quality of a da'i is knowledge, true knowledge. Haqnu ilm. It is further related that if there is ever any confusion about who the designated successor is, one should look for the quality of learning, the knowledge the da'i possesses, and compare with one who falsely claims to be da'i but does not possess the true knowledge. The 8th da'i, Syedna Hussain, Ridwanullahi alayhi, established that he was the rightful da'i by revealing his knowledge. He wrote a kitab in which he posed numerous difficult questions and then answered them with wisdom. By this he established that he was the true designated successor. He took this course, this action, because the 7th da'i before him had done nas on him, designated him in private. Similarly, the 52nd da'i performed nas on the 53rd da'i, my father, on the 17th of Shaban. We recently celebrated this auspicious day. Holding the Quran in his hand, producing clear proofs of his nas, proving his righteousness by his knowledge, Babaji Sahib established that he was the true da'i. Through the ages, divine wisdom has been safeguarded by means of nas and designation, through the unbroken sequence of imams and in their concealment, the du'at, the da'is. Authoritative knowledge can only come from one who has been given divine authority. To provide acceptable evidence, one has to show a chain of custody. That is logically understood. This special knowledge, the knowledge of Ali Muhammad, is today in the keeping of the Imam's da'i, who is da'i by divine designation. The da'i then gives a portion of that knowledge and wisdom to Mu'mineen. Today I am Imam Zaman, servant and da'i. Disseminate the Imam's knowledge and pray that Mu'mineen listen to it with their hearts. We know the body requires nourishment. What you eat has an effect on your health. Just as viruses harm your body, certain types of foods are harmful for the body. Sometimes even destroys the body. One should be conscious of what he eats, of the hygiene. It is a good thing to be conscious, and most people are. And similar is the case for knowledge. Gain true knowledge from the true Da'i. Wisdom nourishes the soul, raises its station, leads it to heaven. In contrast, if someone takes false knowledge from pretenders who change true doctrines, promote heretical innovations and deviations, that false knowledge will have a very harmful effect on one's soul and may even kill it. Beware of those who spread falsehood. The Da'i has been entrusted with divine knowledge. He protects it from those who alter and corrupt. Knowledge is enshrined in the Da'i's heart and disseminates it. Mustansir Imam said to Syedna Muayyad, impart to our followers whatever part you wish of our knowledge and be a benevolent father to them, for them. The Da'i is the Imam's representative. He sits in the Imam's place. He is the Mu'min's benevolent father. Just as a father teaches his children in order to raise their station, with that same good intention and sincere intention, I teach you these wisdom seminars. I say to you, as the Quran states, we offer you nourishment in God's name, not asking for gratitude or reward for them. إِنَّمَا نُطْعِمُكُمْ لِوَجْهِ اللَّهِ لَا نُرِيدُ مِنْكُمْ جَزَاءً وَلَا شُكُورًا. The next question was about the objective of the wisdom seminar being published in different languages. I will answer that with the ayat of Quran in which Allah Ta'ala, where Allah Ta'ala says, we have sent no messenger except with the language of his people. People speak and understand different languages. Mu'mineen speak and understand many different languages today. When the Dawat came to India, the Da'is taught Mu'mineen in Gujarati, which we call Dawat Zaman, language of the Dawat. Earlier in Yemen, they had taught in Arabic. 47 Da'is, Syedna Abdul Qadir Najmuddin Idwanullah alayhi, delivered wa'az once in Urdu language. Today I expound the Majalis al Hikma to you in Arabic, Dawat Nizaban, and in English. It is my father, Babaji Sahib, Qutbuddin Maula's upbringing that has enabled me to preach in all these three languages. I will also say this very important point, that the languages may be different, but the meaning is one. The truth is one. We teach this single truth in our bayaan. The Quran says, what is there after truth but error? Mu'mineen, Mu'minat, continue to take barakat in wisdom from these bayans. May Allah Ta'ala help you to learn. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has said, I mandate 4 things for every intelligent person in my community. Listen to knowledge, remember it. Listen to knowledge, remember it. The third one is act upon it. And 4th is disseminate. Mu'mineen, if you have questions, then you may ask them. We have set up avenues for asking questions through our website, on email. Mu'mineen, Mu'minat, we are those who perform both kinds of worship. Ibadat ilmiya and ibadat amaliya. We worship God with knowledge and deeds. These are 2 wings with which you can soar high in the sky of piety. Shahrullah al-Muazzam will be amongst us very soon. Prepare for it well, Mu'mineen, with both kinds of worship in the month. Listen to the wisdom seminars, gain knowledge, and perform these of Allah's worship. I will Inshaallah, do more bayan about Shahr Ramadan in the coming Majlis by the Wasila of Muhammad, Ali Muhammad and Du'at. May Allah Ta'ala place you among those who listen to wisdom and heed it, as Syedna Muayyad supplicated, and who receive it with open hearts. It is by listening to truth that doubts are removed and conviction is attained. The more knowledge you acquire, the more conviction grows. Most importantly, when you learn the true philosophy of Dawat and act upon it, so that your life's purpose is attained and you earn paradise, reach heaven. Inshaallah ta'ala. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa alihi tahirin. Wa sallama tasliman muttasilan ila yawmiddin.